I don't know how it happened. I keep asking myself over and over. I think it was the insistence of the old ones, the first generation, who told us to migrate, to head out, to see the world, to go to some place where the food grows on the water. So we packed up, we left, moved out of the cities, moved out of the eastern frontier, where there was a new threat. And the threat kept coming. I keep trying to dial it in, maybe have others dial it in as well. But I don't even know if anyone's listening. That's the thing, you never know if anyone's listening. Even when you're standing face to face with somebody, you tell them something, half the times they don't comprehend it or even recognize that you're there. But that's the life we've built for ourselves. So we packed our bags and we did our migration. And along the way we learned something. We learned that this couldn't last forever. It was never meant to last forever. So as we marched on, leaving cities, leaving the burning fields, leaving the byproduct of city planners hell-bent on their own arrogance at being able to plow over the last of our farmland and stick it under a foot of concrete or blacktop or maybe another cemetery. It is what it is. And we kept on walking. It's hard being a hunted man, knowing that somebody is out there wanting to kill you. You start finding new things out about yourself. Things like no matter how far you march, and no matter whose boots or moccasins you're marching in, nothing can bring back the calm and peace of childhood memories. And in my own story, I migrate as well. I've migrated from the comfort and security of something very predictable and full of love to a place where I am bereft of all of those things, except for the love that I have for my kids. But that is a long story, and they are a long ways away. They have not made this migration yet, that some of us continue to make. I hope whatever journey it is that they're on, that it is safer than the journey that I am on. But it is what it is. Why is it that some people continue to want to live as prisoners? Prisoners of war, trapped, not inside cages or bars, but inside the idea that somebody else has told you how you're supposed to be. You're supposed to be a killer, or you're supposed to be a man of peace, or you are supposed to be wise, or you are supposed to be independent. But you are never supposed to be weak. That's a problem. It's a big problem. As Native men, or as men in general, we are taught not to show our emotions. It is a sign of weakness. I don't believe this. I believe that it is the greatest sign of strength to be in touch with your emotions. This is just part of living. This is how I've lived. To disconnect from your emotions is one of the greatest crimes that you can do. One of the crimes that you can commit against yourself is to disconnect and bury your emotions. And I'm not talking about happy, sad, joy. I'm talking about these deep-seated feelings that some people choose to live by and through of violence. Violence towards others, violence towards women, violence towards children. That's not right. That shit's got to change. Whatever it takes. A change in profession, more medication, maybe a little bit of professional help. But there I go again, looking like the hypocrite number one, talking to myself here at the end of the migration. The end of the migration. Maybe this is the end of my migration. Maybe this is the end of my trip. That somehow, through this long journey that I've lived and loved, that it wasn't supposed to last forever. That I was supposed to come here to this place, to this last stop of the Ojibwe migration, and rest. I feel older than my age denotes. Many of us do. We're the lucky ones, because we recognize exactly how important every day is. So we live, we love, we learn, we pray hard. And hopefully, through a combination of all of those things, those that choose to live and fight the wars of yesterday can somehow or another be set free. Because in the end, that should be the goal of all people, Indian or not, is that you should work to liberate your people. Some people choose to do it one way. I choose to remind everybody and myself what it is that I'm feeling. And right now, I'm feeling that this is a good migration. And this journey is beautiful. And we march on. Ho!